Hey, what's up guys? John here. We are stepping into a utility crisis. Did you know 1 out of 6 homes in America are behind on utility bills? What's fascinating here is what's actually happening to utility prices. We're seeing gas prices triple in places like California, even Colorado, Florida. Everywhere, everything is getting much, much more expensive. There's even memes all on social media of people saying, this is how rich I am, or how you can tell I'm rich, and they're holding a case of eggs or a carton of eggs. This is how crazy things are really getting. We're stepping into this affordability crisis at a moment in which we have record high credit card debt, record high consumer debt, and it's getting more and more expensive to service this debt because interest rates are at all-time highs on credit cards, the highest they've been since 1985. So we're witnessing something very, very big here, and the position you want to be in is great credit, a lot of cash, and a good game plan. If you don't have cash, you don't have credit, there's still time. I think you're going to still have some time to make it happen, but I think the clock is ticking. Please hit the like button. When you hit the like button, YouTube's going to share this content to educate more people about what's really going on. Take a look at this. And before I even jump in here, if you help fixing your credit, we would love to help you fix your credit. And with great credit comes great lending opportunities. You could potentially get approved for a balance transfer to transfer high interest credit card debt from one card to another to pay that debt off. You could position yourself to get a great mortgage to buy distressed real estate. There's many, many great options that come with great credit. Take a look at this. Why natural gas prices and bills are soaring in Southern California. Now you look at where rates were in January. January, 84 cents. 84 cents. January 2022, 84 cents. Now it's up 300%. Now it's $3.45. This is absolutely incredible how fast this is just increasing. A SoCal gas household monthly bill of $65 from last January probably will reach about $160. The utility said an 130 bill will feel like $315. That's almost like financing a $15,000 car over 60 months, that difference. This is going to impact one's ability to make current on their mortgage payments, on their other bills. And SDG and e-household gas bill that came to about $105 last January is now estimated to leap to about $225 a month. Now, this isn't going to stop here. This, I believe, is just starting to take off. We're going to start to see some really big changes. Look at this here as well. California ban on around 70,000 vehicles takes effect this week. Now, these big trucks, they transport food, they transport gasoline, they transport things people in California need to make it day to day. And now a set of clean air regulations implemented by California Air Resource Board in 2008 and later signed into law by Senate Bill 1 states any diesel vehicles weighing more than 14,000 pounds and built before 2010 are banned from operating in California as of January 1st of 2023. Diesel exhaust is responsible for 70% of the cancer risk of airborne toxins, right? So they're saying 70,000 vehicles weighing over 14,000 pounds. Think about this to put it into context. A G-Wagon weighs just over 6,000 pounds. So basically 2 G-Wagons. I mean, you use your imagination. That's a large U-Haul truck is basically banned. Everything that is getting sent on trucks is in these big vehicles, right? And now it's all going to get banned, meaning prices are just going to continue to rise in the state of California. That's why I believe, coupled with some policies that are impacting landlords, property owners, business owners in California that have been implemented over the last couple of years, this is going to continue. The madness will continue for people in California. And it's even saying right here, LA's eviction moratorium will end, but tenant protection should continue. I covered this about a week and a half ago, that the eviction moratorium in Los Angeles is in effect until the end of January, and they're working on a 5-month legislation to extend the eviction moratorium from January until June of 2023. And they go on to say, as the moratorium ends, there will be vulnerable tenants on the edge of losing their homes. And though the city is fast-tracking more construction, it will take years until there's enough housing to create a stable rental market. In the meantime, city leaders need to help keep people from falling into homelessness by enacting stronger legal protections for tenants against evictions before moratorium ends and more financial support for landlords to cover the losses. Well, there really hasn't been much support given to landlords, although they do like to say that there has been. The latest eviction moratorium extension said that they were going to give $5 million to about 800,000 renters that are behind on rent, which comes out to about $6 for 1 month's rent, right? This is absolutely Absolutely crazy. Landlords, mom and pop landlords, small business owners, people in California, they're going to be going through some problems. Last month, California regulators passed rules banning the sale of gas-powered cars until by 2035. So you think about it, if basic utilities are going up, the cost to charge these vehicles is also going to be getting much, much more expensive. I bought my wife a Tesla a few years ago, and we got rid of it, but back then it was about $12, $13 to charge the car. Now it's about $30. And so as it continues to rise, the practicality of that benefit of a lot of electric vehicle owners which is a low cost to charge, is going to be taken away. And so what are you going to have left? You're going to have a vehicle that's probably going to be just as expensive to charge than gasoline. And rather than going to a gasoline station and charging your vehicle or filling your tank, it might only take you 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes to fill your tank. You have to wait in a Tesla supercharging parking lot for an hour to charge your vehicle, where it will say you have 250 miles. And then when you actually drive the vehicle, maybe you have 120 miles. Right? So you're like living at a charging station. That was what we were dealing with. And so it says, in addition, lawmakers passed Senate Bill 1020, which puts the state on a path to achieving 90% renewables energy and zero carbon electricity by 2035, right in line with the electric vehicle situation. So what I believe is ultimately going to happen, the cost is going to continue to rise for property owners, for everybody in California. So if you are thinking about investing, if you are thinking about buying, just realize that property owners, people are to their teeth in debt, and they're not expecting these curveballs with rising cost. And as everything continues to get much more expensive, you're going to start to see defaults left and right. So that's when you're going to want to sit on 780, 800, 820 credit scores. You're going to want to have tons of cash in the bank. You're going to want to be positioned for this so you can run out there and pick up great deals. And right now, this really encapsulates the true scenario of it. Biden Energy Secretary Granholm appeared in 2018 video singing about the end of gasoline and fossil fuels. End of gasoline and fossil fuels. And think about that. That was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, they're singing about the end of it. And as we step into it, Jennifer Granholm made a cameo in a music video produced by environmentalist group Cortora for their anti-fossil fuel song, Gasoline, Gasoline, the World's Aflame. The video shows Granholm singing the group's song, the lyrics of which call for leaving fossil fuels, dub fossil fuels in the song in the ground. Here's how much it will cost to charge the electric vehicle. And this is exactly what I was saying. It's just continued to rise. It's just rising. And right now, even in Milwaukee, some energy customers are receiving higher than expected monthly bills. I got my bill today, opened it up. It was over $400, $430 to be exact, when it's normally between $160 and $180. And I was like, what in the world? So you think about that, $430. And it used to be $160 to $180. Put that into context. Let's say you are a homeowner, right? You have a $100,000 salary, making $8,000 a month. You have $100,000 in cash. You're really positioned well. $100,000 in cash. You have a $100,000 a year salary. You can afford, according to Zillow mortgage calculator, on the upper echelon of your budget, a $349,000 house, right? The average home price in America, $348,000. So you basically can afford the average home making $100,000 a year, right? And so if you add in an extra $200 a month on your utilities, which is what everyone's going through right now, you go from $349,000 to $322,000, right? So it chews away about $30,000 worth of purchasing power just on this increase that we've been experiencing over the last 12 months, most of which has occurred over the last 90 days. And so what you're going to start to see is people not anticipating all these different curveballs. And so we just start to look at how this is all playing out. Look at Tallahassee, Florida. Residents and business owners will likely get hit with higher electric bills in 2023 as utilities continue to struggle with increased costs of natural gas. What do you think about this? Where do you see this whole thing going? I see gas bills, utility bills, insurance. I see all of this getting much, much more expensive. And what I think is ultimately going to happen, as in this article, they were even saying that he expects a tsunami of shutoffs. I expect a tsunami of shutoffs. 20 million American households are behind on their $788 utility bill, right? 1 in 6. That's what I think is going to happen. I think people are going to look at their bills and say, what do I have to pay right now? I need to feed myself. I need to keep the heat on for my kids. This is what people are going to be doing, right? And they're going to start to default. So if you are thinking about investing in real estate, you do have a game plan. Maybe you've been sitting on the sidelines for the last year or two. This is the time to make sure you can get out of high interest consumer debt. Make sure you have great credit. Make sure you're positioning yourself for it, because you're going to start to see this tsunami unfold, and you're going to be able to go out there and pick up some great deals. If you need help fix your credit, we'd love to help you at greatcreditfast.com, or give us a call at 561-430-5900, 561-430-5900. Subscribe here. I know my second channel. It's an interactive call-in show and a podcast. And LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And the banner, it's either over here or over here, depending on how the video turns out. But I think it might be over on this side. So be sure to go over there and follow me on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn for short form content. Catch you guys in the next video.